Well, 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 look who it is. I am back again. Oh my gosh, it's been far too long. But hello, welcome to my LP world. And I've got, rather than rambling on, telling you guys where I've been and stuff, I haven't been really anywhere. I've been ill, actually, the last two weeks or so. Busy trying to set up my own business in real life, which is very stressful. But we're back in the single player world, and just a bit of a precursor. I know the videos have been really like time-lapse heavy and stuff the last few episodes, especially with the terraforming and things that I've done. However, just because I want to be more consistent, I'm going to go into more of this type of style where I'm doing more of the first person sort of stuff. Yeah, sounds good, right? Yeah, don't mind what I'm doing here. I am draining an ocean monument. I've been ill the past 2 weeks. I've had nothing to do, so I've just been working on this. I've not drained inside the monument yet. So we are currently working on this project. This is what I've done so far. And I've realized if I go into free cam, I've done this ocean monument way too small. Way too small. I should be doing it way bigger. The circle, at least. I followed a tutorial from Pixel Riffs from his survival guide season 2, I think it was. And yeah, I realized halfway through that I need to do it a bit bigger. So I'm gonna have to go around the whole perimeter again, do a little bit of a bigger circle and drain all the outside. So that's going to be very fun. Also, I've started using Faithful again, the resource pack. I don't know if you can tell. It's not the default textures. I really like this. I don't know why. I saw XP Crafted use it and I went, whoa, I've not used that texture pack in ages. So I figured I'd use it again because it looks cool. So I've got this redstone contraption set up just to... Does he want to go away? I can see you, you know. Stop playing hide and seek. Yeah, I've got this little contraption set up here where it places the gravel for me. I just look in this one spot and it just pushes it all across. Shout out to Iskal. I saw this first on Gemini T's video on Hermitcraft. When she drained an ocean monument in the early stages of season 9, I saw this technique and I was like, whoa, this is so cool. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing this all episode. I just thought I'd show you the process a little bit. Can you go away, please? I don't want to see you. I've been trying to use invisibility potions while draining this out, and it's a nightmare because I need both my Aqua Affinity and Depth Strider, and Respiration, of course. Water breathing potions I could use, but it's just a pain because the Guardians get in the way all the time, and I can't use both pieces of armor. And I've got to go through draining the whole like columns of the water and stuff, which is not the most fun thing to do. I thought it was going to be easy, but it's not. I should have probably split it up, but it would have meant placing way more gravel than I needed to. So I haven't. Thankfully, with my piglin battering farm, I had so much gravel anyway. Like, I've got boxes and boxes and boxes of just gravel. And then I've been smelting my sponges here as well. Thought I had more than that. I'm pretty sure some have despawned. I'm sure I had nearly 9... I'm sure I was on my 9th stack of sponges, but I think some of them have despawned during the process, which is a shame. But it is what it is. For the record, my home base is that way. My raid farm is just there. So we're just a little bit further out from the raid farm. Or the very first raid farm I ever made. Alright, let me finish placing these gravel walls in. Get this bit done. And I will be back with some building elsewhere. Because I actually have some things planned. And trust me, it's going to be a good episode. Let me tell you. Okay, so to set one of these up, you're going to need these things on my hotbar. So you're going to need some dirt or a temporary block. Dirt's probably better. Piston, repeaters, torches, and you're also going to need redstone torches, right? So the way I do this is I go 1, 2, 3, like that on the left side, and then I go out 2. Then it's going to be a repeater there. That's not redstone dust, that is a redstone torch. So that's going to power that repeater. Going into that, which is then going to go into a block, which is then going to go into a piston. That block there is important, okay? So this is where the power comes from. And then obviously that repeater is going to go into the gravel, yeah? Which will activate this redstone dust, which will power this block, which will activate the piston. And basically, because the piston pushes the gravel, it will short circuit and sort of go on and off, on and off. So if you just look at what I'm doing now, that redstone dust there you see at the very top, that's getting powered every time I place a block, forcing the piston to extend, then pushing the blocks out. See? Very basic redstone, but I never knew how to do it. Okay, that's the walls done. Apart from these 3, which I'm just going to do manually because there's no point me doing this via a piston. I can just place this manually. It's fine. And just like this, it literally took no time at all. Look at that. Very easy. This whole project was not easy though. It was definitely a task. Yeah, we've got to take down the walls and drain the water now. I'll show you guys the strategy that I've been using for draining the water, and I'm getting a little bit quicker at it as I go. It might help you guys if you ever take on a project this big. And this is still the smallest way of draining an ocean monument. I've done this the smallest scale possible, and I didn't realize. I thought I was doing it the normal one. But the circle needs to be bigger. And I'm not looking forward to that, I'll be honest. I honestly think draining the ocean monument itself is going to be the most fun part, which is why I've left it to the very last bit. Because I think it's just going to be the most fun. Like, you're just exploring the ocean monument while draining all of its water. I think it's just going to be fun. And it's not like I'm constantly having to climb walls while draining water either. Okay, so I need to do that another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. But luckily, two or three of these are going to be just as long. The rest of them two over there, are going to be quite nice to do because they're not as long. So let me very quickly drain this monument, and I'll be back. Alright, approximately an hour later, and it's done. It is clear. I need to try and figure out what sort of size circle I do want, because if I go into free cam, again, like I showed you guys just before, I'm going to need to widen this. Like, if you look at some ocean monuments and drain projects, they do not stop at the corner of the monument. They just, for some reason, mine does, from the tutorial that I followed, and it's even off when you think about it, because it's actually hitting the corner there, but it's not hitting the corner over there. Or maybe it is. Oh yeah, it is. It's me. I just didn't look at it properly. Never mind. But yeah, I do need to try and extend this. I'm not going to do that just yet because I'm not in a rush. However, yeah, we're pretty much done here. I think the sponge has already dried up. Has it gone through? How much have we got left? 36, 33. Okay. I shall wait for this, and then we'll go back to home base and do some building. Actually, I've got some stuff to show you at the home base that I'm going to show you when I'm back. Okay, so coming into home base then, you will start to notice that everything looks pretty normal. Apart from the fact we've got 2 camels here that we got on a live stream. Shout out to all those that came to the live stream, by the way. I'm still not sure if I want to stay on YouTube or Twitch. I haven't decided. I'm a little bit indecisive. I might just stream on both. Because I'm pretty sure Twitch changed the policy, didn't they? They changed the policy where you could stream on both platforms, that you don't have to stream on one, which is great. So, the changes that have happened recently, and without showing any spoilers of a build that is just over, I'm going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek. Ready? Look at the top corner of my screen. Oh, that's it. That's how you're arriving. That's going to be the time lapse that we're going to build in a second, because yeah, I totally am not doing this backwards and doing this bit before the build. I've actually built the stuff that you're going to see on time lapse already. But yeah, we're back in the storage room. We're back in the auto sorter, and there's a massive reason for this. It was a massive burden for me to try and get materials and bring them back and sort stuff out when, you know, I was doing it manually. I thought manual storage was better for me, but honestly, I just missed having an auto sorter. So I'm back in here. I'm back with the auto sorter. The lag is not unbearable at the moment, which is good. Everything's sorted out in its appropriate categories. I've even added since the 1.20 items. So we've got the cherry leaves going into there. We have, I think it's this one. We have all the cherry logs going into there. I've even added the hanging signs. We have the bamboo blocks all going in here. I've got the hanging signs going in there. I've got the regular signs going in here. I preferably would have done them all in both, but I couldn't because, you know, for every sign that I add, because these stack up to 16, I have to take 3 of these buttons out to add 1 of them in. So, which is why some of these slots are empty, and for example, all these are filled with buttons because these have a different weight on the redstone, basically. It's hard to explain. But I sort of understand how it works, which is, you know, what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make sure it doesn't break, because if it breaks, it'll break the whole thing, and I don't want that to happen. So, this is currently the storage room as it is. You might notice something a little bit different in your current vision right now, and I want you guys to see what's different here. Just have a little bit of a look. Just have a bit of a look. See if you can figure it out. And if you can't figure it out in about 5 seconds from now, I will tell you what's different. Ready? 3, 2, 1. It's the water streams right here. We have a section underneath that we're going to go and check out in a second. But first, I'm going to give an example to this because I've only got one of them set up. So this build that is underneath my storage room now, I've had planned for about a year. I've just never built it in my own world, and I had to try and find the actual world that I planned the build on to get a schematic of it, so just so I could rebuild it in this world. So the original plan was this was where we were going to have the water stream going up and down, but the redstone just didn't work with a swapper and I didn't know how to fix it. So we've now got two sides going up and down just like this. And welcome to the underground storage thing. This is actually the ender chest storage system. You might be wondering what the heck this is. I've got an example here. So this display right here, so to speak, is basically going to symbolize what's going to go in my shulker box. So we have the fireworks box, okay, ready to go. Now I'm going to leave it as it is just to demonstrate, okay? But if anyone doesn't know what this system is, this is basically designed by Etho. Etho was the first one to do this, I'm pretty sure, where you'd have 5 chests like this. So you've got 5 double chests, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all going into separate hoppers, which can refill shulker boxes very, very quickly. And he's done it in a way where it will refill anything that's in your ender chest. So watch this, right? Let's say my fireworks box has run out. That shouldn't be there. That shouldn't be calcite. Let's go ahead and place my box in, and you'll notice it's getting refilled very quickly because all the chests are filled up with fireworks, so it is going to fill 5 at a time. However, if I keep 1 slot of each filled up, it will refill the entire shulker box for me, and that's it. There you go. It's refilled. That box is all refilled up, and it can go straight back into the ender chest. That's basically how this is going to work. So, for example, that could be wooden logs, right? Or it could be, I don't know, wooden things like fences, signs, I don't know. What else wooden? Fence gates, that sort of thing. Can refill into a... Let me just get my ender chest out as a better example. So, we could have this set up in one of them. We could have the dyes. We could have stone variants. We could have an aquatic box. We could have all the wooden plank stuff, all the logs, all the light sources. We could have all of these in separate categories, which will, if I wanted to, could just get refilled automatically. And the only downside to this is you do need to keep these chests filled at all times, otherwise it will break. Because obviously once the hoppers start getting empty and you start to refill the chest, it will mess up the system. Because the way he explains it is, for example, if this is filled, let's say this one's doing my fence gates option, or let's do this one, for example. So imagine cobblestone, stone, just these 5 items, right? That's your hopper, okay? So those 5 items will go into the chest above the hopper, keeping them 5 items stocked up. Then in your shulker box, when you take stuff out, you just leave that slot there. So let's say I'm taking all these out, and then I'm just basically, I'm going to use all these, but I'm leaving them there as placeholders to refill with the system. If that makes any sense whatsoever. If it doesn't, I'll give it a proper demo at some point on stream or whatever, but that is basically how it works. And this is basically the first new addition to this area, which I've done off camera. When I say off camera, it's not like I've quickly blitzed it. This has been since my last video, so I have actually no idea how long it's been since then. But anyway, let's go back up to the very top. I have something else to show you. Now, this is a very cool idea because I tend to get a little bit mixed up with what projects I'm working on. Now, I figured because I'm back in my auto sorter, what better way to do it than to have like a project planning room, or like this is now going to be the brain of my world, okay? This is the brain of my world. So I have now changed all these up to basically be my planning room. So basically project 1, let's go down here and start from this side. So let's go for drain ocean monument. And then that's that project. And then I'm going to use this book and then just write things related to that project in the book. And then that's that project ready to go. I know what to do. Then I can do my next one and then my next one and so on and so forth. I purposely left this blank because I don't want to be showing these in videos. I don't want to show this in videos. I might show it on streams just as a little spoiler for you guys that want to see what the contents of this room is. But the only downside to it is I'll be coming in here fairly often for multiple reasons. One, my enchanted book storage is down here. For those that haven't seen this, this is also a stream project that we've done. So let's just jump back out of there. And then, of course, we had this room up here, which was my another extension to manual storage. But we're not using it at the moment because we've moved back to the auto storage. So, yeah, if anyone has any ideas for this room, let me know. I could... Oh, God. That was not going to happen. That was definitely not going to happen. Let me place this back. Hang on. Let's see if I can reach. This will be a challenge. Ooh! Oh, look at that. Pro skills. Yeah, I need to fix that ASAP. But it's fine. It's not the first time I've done that, believe it or not. All right, we have some stuff to do. And by stuff to do, I mean, I've already done the stuff. I just need to show you. Let's roll into a time lapse of me building an expansion of where I'm building now, if that makes any sense. Let's roll the time lapse, stick some music on, and enjoy. Alright, welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed the time-lapse, and finally, I do not have to hide this any longer. I have sort of changed some of this sort of stuff since I did the time-lapse, because I did the time-lapse about a month ago. Yeah, it's crazy, right? I did the time-lapse about a month ago. I think I've added details to the path since. I could be wrong. And I've also tried swapping out these end rod designs, like end rod lighting, I suppose, over the flower fields. I saw Wax Fraud do this, and I thought it was a great idea. No, please go. I don't want to be dealing with phantoms right now. They're going to keep following me from there, aren't they? Oh, no, let's go. Sleep quick. Quick, please do not hit me. Please. Please. I think I've done it. Yes, I'm good. Okay. So yeah, I saw Wax Fraud do this with end rods, albeit Wax Fraud really went overboard with the end rods, but I took that idea from seeing him do it and thought, well, why not light up my flower fields in the same way? Because that over there looks scruffy in flower fields. It just didn't look good. I used the jack-o'-lanterns with a sea pickle on top to obviously, you know, have a bit of hidden lighting, I suppose. But I've done it in the wheat fields because it kind of makes more sense. The flower fields, though, it just didn't look too great in flower fields. Okay, I'm going to move on to something that I'm very excited to do. If that was a bit too close, I apologize. I'm very excited to do this. In fact, yeah, you know what? I'll save that for the next episode. I was going to build... I've already planned these, okay? Just a bit of a spoiler for next episode. It's a bit out of the render distance right now, but in fact, I can probably turn it up. Let's knock this up to 26 and then turn off wherever it is. I think it's details. No, where is it? Render? Fog. Let's turn that off so you guys will be able to see this, right? Okay, let it load. There we go. So you guys can see it. So we have... these circles here, there's going to be 8 windmills going to be built next episode. 8 windmills. And they're all going to go here. So there's going to be 4. Like 1, 2. I think 1's like here now. And then 4 is there. And then over that. So basically, these windmills here are going to be facing that way. And then the ones that are going to go over that side are going to face this way. So basically, looking at it from this side. Alright, this is the best view in the creative world. You've got 4 windmills facing this way, and then you've got these windmills facing that way. And from this angle, it looks great, but obviously from the back of either side, not so much. I've got ways to get around that though. But that's going to be next episode. For now, I'm going to go and drain the ocean monument, because that sounds like the most fun thing to do. Right, it turns out I got here, started draining the monument, and I was muted. So we're back at it again now. I'm not muted this time. Oops. This is probably the easiest part, is what I was saying in some of the clips where I were muted, by accident, of course. This is definitely the most fun and easiest part. I'll have this done in no time, it feels like. It's actually enjoyable. And just apart from these guys are getting a little bit too much. Just a little bit. Can I get out? Thank you. There's no real strategy behind this either. I'm just spamming sponges around. That's basically what I'm doing. Oh, this is going to be a fun room to... Okay, I'm going to leave that for the time being. That's going to be a nightmare to try and drain that area, so let's just go to the smaller rooms. Okay, that's an even bigger room. Never mind. You know how I said this was going to be easy? I take it back. I swear, is the water refilling? It feels like it. Do I have to spam the sponges? You know what? Fine. I'll spam. I'll do it. I'll spam them. This is what it takes. I will drain this monument. Okay, this is a nightmare. I take back everything I said before. This is a nightmare. Okay. This is the first and the only time I'm ever going to do this. Draining an ocean monument. Never going to do it again. I was enjoying myself up until this point. I'm dreading that other room. That is going to be impossible. I'm probably going to need some gravel to split that one up. I will be honest. Unless... Wait, hang on a second. If I do the opposite of what is required to fill a room with water, which is the sides. Surely if I got rid of the sides, I'd be alright. Maybe? I'm trying to think outside the box, but it's not going to work. Okay, let's just go out. That room's going to require some sponge spam, I think. So let's go grab some more. And yes, most of my sponges are currently drying in the furnace because I've had to spam a lot of sponges elsewhere, including this area. This is not good. Hey, guess what? Another thing I've been up to recently, and I feel like I should share it on YouTube. I've shared it on social media a little bit, but I've decided, like, one of my life goals is to be fluent in a second language, right? And you guys might be like, oh, you must be learning Spanish or French or something like that. No, I'm actually learning Swedish. Yeah, Swedish to me sounds like a really cool language. I'd love to learn that country at some point in my life. It's a great country. And I have friends over there. So, I mean, it's just a no-brainer for me to pick that one over any other. Like, I did try learning Spanish ages ago. I just didn't connect with Spanish very well, if I'm honest. It were the fact that it was difficult to learn. I think Swedish is probably just as difficult. But I don't know. I just feel like Spanish, a lot of people, especially in the UK, tend to opt for French or Spanish, especially in schools. But for me, I just wanted to have a bit of a change up and just not do what everyone else is doing. And Swedish to me was the best option. I thought I would share that with you guys while I'm at it, because that's also another reason. Like, that's also another thing I'm doing, should I say, at this moment in time. Like, I'll probably spend an hour a day learning Swedish, which is pretty fun. And people around me, like, you know, in real life, don't understand why I'm doing it, but they don't, like, you know, you only live once. And from where I'm sat, I'd love to speak a secondary language. I think it's just a cool skill to have. Like, even though Swedish isn't the most spoken language, like, it's still a skill, regardless which language you learn. And for me, that's the one I've chose. And also, there is other languages very similar to it. Norwegian is the closest. It is so close to Swedish. It's not the exact same, but it's very similar. So I'm learning kind of Danish, Norwegian, Swedish in a way. Mainly Swedish. There's some Danish in it, but not a lot. And Norwegian's very similar as well. So I'm learning basically 3 languages in one, kind of. Sorry to any of my Danish followers out there that might have offended by that, because I know your language isn't Swedish, but it does have some similarities from what I've been told. So yeah, in fact, actually, anyone that lives in Scandinavia, hit me up in the comments. I'd love to see if I've got any Scandinavian viewers. That'd be crazy. Apart from the ones I'm friends with. I know you guys watch me. Hello. Okay, just to see what I've drained so far. Obviously, this bit... Wait, have I not drained this? I swear I did. Oh, I remember this bit. Yeah, this bit needs draining. I do remember that. There's not much left to do. Then this bit's drained. I need to go and make sure I've got all my sponges. Where have these guys come from? You guys shouldn't be bouncing around. Huh? How long do these guys live out of water? That's not meant to happen. Yeah, so this bit I'm aware of, and I think it's just that room, and that's it, right? Is that it? Is it just that? It kind of. What's this bit? Is this the bit I know of? Yeah. I've nearly done it, guys. Look at that. I very nearly drained the whole thing. It's just this big room that's going to be a task, which actually might not be too bad looking at it, because it's kind of shaped in a way that plays to my advantage. It's just yeah, that'll be alright, you know. I think that'll be alright to drain. I just need a few stacks of sponges to spam around and we should be fine. This bit's going to have a lot of guardians, though. Quick, spam. Don't want to deal with that. Nope. Just spam the sponges. I'll be fine. This is ridiculous. I think I'm going about this the worst way. But you know what? It's got to be done. I just need to make sure it doesn't refill. This is the only downside to trying to drain this thing. Like, it refills the water so fast. Uh-oh, these guys are going to try and kill me. You know what? The magma might actually help get rid of them. I don't know why there's magma in here. This is really weird. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I'm actually going to die. No, I will never ever die by a guardian. Have I died by a guardian? Let me check. Have I died by a guardian before? No, never been killed by a guardian. Never been killed by an elder guardian. Yeah, I'm not going to start now. In fact, if I just hit them all with my fire sword, they should all die, right? You know what? Just keep running in between the poles and it'll break the line of sight. That's the way I can do it, right? Just keep running in between the poles and I'll be fine. They're all here. Oh my gosh, they're all there. I'm going to get zapped. If I go near them and they all zap at me at the same time, I'm dead instantly. Can you instant mine these blocks with haste 2? I'm going to go and check real quick on the wiki. The wiki confirms that every block in this ocean monument, apart from these, can be instant mined. That's some very good news. I think I'm going to destroy it today. In this episode, we have mission complete. Yeah, it's all drained. Every single bit is done. I think it's beacon time, guys. Do we roll a time lapse us destroying this? I think we should. Let's do it. Turns out the time lapse isn't happening because I've just gone to press record and there's no record button. I totally forgot I've upgraded to 1.20.2 and there's still no replay mod. So, first person time lapse or montage it is. This will be the first time I've ever done one. Please go easy on me. It might not be good. I'm going to try and do a first person one. Here we go. Alright, welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed that little montage there, but yeah, it's done. After, let's have a look at the recording. We were probably going for about 45 minutes there, which isn't too bad. I expected it taking a bit longer than that, but we got the job done. That's the main thing. It's marked up the middle there. The only thing is the beacon beam is going through the other block, so just imagine that's a red square. The other block's right here. I had to get it working, and I've had a few of these. I don't know if I'm going to put it in the montage or not, but I've had a couple of these where I've had to drain out little water caves, which I'm going to go and do very quickly because everything should be up here. Yeah, let's grab a few stacks of these, and let's just go and drain this last cave. I'm pretty sure guardians can't spawn down here anyway, but it's better to be safe than sorry, so I'm going to make sure it's drained out. In fact, we don't even have to go this far down. I'm pretty sure getting to the level we're at now is more than enough. Yeah, that should be fine. I left a sponge. I want that back. These things are rare to come by, so you gotta treat them with respect, you know? Just like you would your diamonds. In fact, a sponge is kind of rarer than diamonds. They kind of are, aren't they? Because you need an ocean temple to get a sponge. Yet diamonds are everywhere underground. So yeah, sponge is actually rarer. So look after it, guys. And by look after it, I mean let it all spill on the floor. I'm just kidding. I need to move this anyway. Of course I do. But yeah, the job today is finished. We wanted to drain the ocean monument, albeit I started this off camera because I weren't feeling too good. I had a chest infection, as I told you guys at the start of the episode. But we got the job done. I think my inventory is kind of dying at the moment. Please, can we have inventory improvements, Mojang? That's all I want. I want an inventory update. Does anyone else want that? This is getting ridiculous. I really want these stacks to go up to 999. Imagine that. I won't have any issues at all. So when I first started draining this ocean monument, I put exactly 9 stacks of coal in the furnaces. This is what I'm left with, just under 4 stacks. That's how much I've been smelting sponge. By the way, this is a really weird visual glitch. I don't know why it's doing that through the glass. It's really weird. I don't know if it's because I've got some kind of resource pack on or something, or something to do with me using sodium. But does anybody know why I'm getting this? I don't think you get it on Optifine, but I don't use Optifine. I use sodium and iris shaders. Iris has nothing to do with sodium, but sodium and indium and what else have I got? I've got it underneath here. Active render, indium, sodium renderer. It's to do with one of those two things, I'm sure. But that's going to do it, I think, for this episode. Hopefully, replay mod will be out by the time we start next episode. Because if not, we're going to have some problems. I might have to wait for replay mod. I wanted to upgrade. Actually, I have one more thing to show you before I go. I might get asked exactly why I upgraded to 1.20.2. And I'm going to show you why. By the way, if you've missed the streams, the stream chat know about this. You're missing out. You're missing out on the streams. More importantly, you're missing out on the behind the scenes. That's important. Anyway, flying straight back to my main base, which is just in front of us here. And I need to go to that little building right here. This we've had since the very start of the world. I think it's one of the first buildings I ever made this. But it's been upgraded on stream since. We're going to take a ride down because I've got something to show you at the very bottom. So, of course, 1.20.2 increases diamond generation by a massive amount, right? I'm pretty sure it's nearly, I think it's doubled the generation at deep slate layers, especially in caves. Well, I did a thing. I took the tunnels that I used. You can see the tunnel down there, the very, very small tunnels of the 3x4 or 3x3 that the withers made, right? But then I was like, you know what? I really want... yes, I had to mine this out all by hand, mostly up until, I'd say here. Yeah, it was about where that tunnel was. So it was about there. So up to there, I mined out by hand. The rest of it, as you can see, was done by whatever this thing is. What's it called, actually, this? I can't remember what people call it, but it's one of those TNT things that blasts out TNT, you know? This has self-destructed several times, by the way, and we've still got blocks here waiting to be picked up. But I've been getting diamonds like crazy from this. It's actually not even funny. In fact, I'm going to check my stats, right? Times mined, right? How many times have we mined diamond ore? 2,066 times. That's ridiculous. That's insane. That's okay. Just bearing in mind I've still touched some of them, so technically some of the numbers will be a little bit inflated because I've had to mine them twice because I've still touched them. But my goodness. Okay, what about prismarine now? Because we've just done the monument. 6,000, 6,000. That prismarine will. Obviously, this will have been used in my roof build, so this technically won't be the exact same. 1,500, obviously that's probably going to be like 1,000, really, when you think about it. And where is my sea lanterns? I want to know. It'll be interesting to see. I really wish I looked at my stats beforehand. That prismarine stairs, obviously not in there. Where are my sea lanterns? Obviously not enough. Not enough of sea lanterns. I was going to check something else while I was here, and I don't remember what it was. Oh yeah, as you probably saw, we broke another netherite pickaxe. We've broken 9 netherite pickaxes, and we've used them over 1 million times. I don't know if that's good or bad. I just lost concentration, and it just went bing, and I went, oh no. Yeah, we broke it. It's gone. Here's a quick look at my stats for anyone that's interested. So yeah, I've just filtered all by the most. So they're probably the most interesting ones, but yeah, there's a quick look at the stats. There's all the broken. These are the most crafted. You can pause the video and have a look at these very quick. Most used things. As you can see, there's not a lot of blocks. So there's an awful lot of tools, not a lot of blocks. We're going to start building a lot more. Picked up, again, there you go. And wait, in fact, this will be interesting here. Cobbled deep slate, 115,000 times, right? But when you look at times mined on here, 26,000, okay? You mine deep slate to get cobbled deep slate. This is thanks to this. I have harvested so much deep slate from this. I'll give you a demonstration real quick if you guys want. Let me just check there's nothing blocking the machine because that's when it self-destructs. Let me just quickly fly up here. I think we're good on the blockages. Is that one blocking that one? I don't think so. I already had this ancient debris as well, which was neat. So I didn't have to go mining for ancient debris to build it. I already had it saved up in the chests and things. But let's give you a quick demo. Hopefully nothing breaks. There we go. That is how it works. And then I can run. I'll go and collect it and show you the haul, right? So this is what we had originally. And let me get to the end and I'll show you what my inventory looks like. Okay, without fighting mobs, my inventory looks like this after one go of the machine. That took, if I look at my recording software, 60 seconds. You tell me you need a haste beacon to instant mine deep slate. No, you just need a tunnel bore. That's the name. That's the name of the machine. A tunnel bore. I have definitely updated you guys on everything now. You're all up to speed with everything in this world. Everything isn't a spoiler much anymore as soon as this video goes out, and I will be happy. So I can show things on stream then at that point, which will be really, really nice. Because I've not been able to show some stuff on stream because of spoilers, of course. But now I can do it, so which is great. And I can take this up to the very top, and I'm going to do my outro here. Appreciate you all watching this episode. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop a like rating, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.